Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How you doing? Come on in, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is caring. This is going to be my reunion part 2 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Child, it wasn't much to it to me. Okay. Because it was so broken up and chopped up, and some things were left out. Let me ask the questions that I thought Carlos should have asked Destiny. Because Peter's shoulders didn't show up. No, I didn't. Antoine. Destiny, girl. Took everybody else off the stage. Had Destiny, Antoine, and Lance. And Peter's shoulders on the stage. And have each one of them break down how Destiny went from a dating situation to them accusing her of being a pass around. I'll tell you how it's very simple. Very, very simple. They all knew each other. With me, I've been in that situation before. Have I been in a triangulation? I don't know. Could have been. I've dated guys who were friend and friendly. And I'll tell you like this for me. I allow a man to say whatever he feels like he needs to say about me. And not give two shakes of a rattlesnake's ass. Because if you hadn't sniffed this cooler, then I don't care what you go and tell the streets. Because me and this cooler know where it's been. Right? And when I was pregnant, I was having a baby. I had an ex. And I had a guy that I was seeing. Right? So the ex was married. So there was nothing going on between us. And the guy I was seeing, I went all the way to Houston, Texas with him and didn't do a thing with him. We slept in separate bedrooms. But I wanted to go to Houston, Texas. But my children's father was waiting in the background. And I said he's my children's father. So you know we got down with the get down because he's my children's father. So that explains that, right? I didn't have a question in my mind who was the father because I know in the background, even with the triangulation or quadrangulation going on, I know it wasn't but one person. I didn't have a question. I didn't have a doubt. I didn't have to go to Maury. He might have had some doubts. And he can't. And I feel like men can have those. Because the mother, and that's why we have to understand matriarchy. The woman in a matriarchal situation in our original culture didn't have to prove a damn thing. She could have slept with the whole village if she wanted to. Because the mother keeps the bloodline going, not the father. I know that every Bible and every religious text has told you that the father keeps the bloodline going, but how? They possess no mitochondrial DNA to do so. Colors, which that's why the black woman is the mother. Colors and our biological makeup makes all races, all variational color, and all variations of human and subhuman. Because that mitochondrial DNA was first found in the black woman and is able to mutate. So, that right there tells you where I'm going with this damn part 2 episode of this show. And with Destiny, yes, I do believe all the guys should have been up there. And them calling her whatever they wanted to call her she knew what she was done, what she was doing, and what she hadn't done. But I would have liked to see their perspective and her response to them calling her combative and too manly and all that old type of shit. Because a man really can't handle a woman like Destiny. Now, Destiny's gonna disappoint me at the end. We're gonna get to that. But it opens up with Kimmy and Neil and Letitia. Neil calling Kimmy bitches, but she called her that in response to. So anybody that's on Kimmy's side, which I have not seen that many people, these are responses to not only your behavior on the stage, but your behavior in general with these women. Kimmy, just like Miss Nail said, you act like, because your tone is different, that you are above it all. Now, with me, my friends will tell you, I have what they say. Well, you might know this on here as well. They say I have a harsh tone, right? But I learned something that Neil said, and I don't remember anybody ever saying this before, because my mom, she went on to glory, but I'm just saying, used to always tell me my tone was too harsh with her, right? And I used to tell my mama, you talk low in your voice, but you shade the hell out of me with what you say to me. So you think your feelings, you think you hurt my feelings less because you talk to me in a softer tone? I asked her that way before I saw these women arguing, and I could relate. Letitia thinks that she can also talk to Neil any kind of way. Now, they always talking about how Neil is their elder, but at the same time, you get up on this stage and call her bees. So, Kimmy, does that prove that y'all are close in age? I think you and Miss Neil are close in age, and I think you feel like very comfortable in calling her a bee because you know that y'all ages are very close. You know that. And I don't think, well, you're close in age with Miss Wanda. You know, and you respect her. So standing up there calling this woman all kind of bees, ridiculous. So the marshmallow cheese puff and his long schlong gets back on the stage. And they talk about Las Vegas. And they talk about how did anyone believe that these men had the triangular situation with the Michelin Man type girl? And each one of them said no. The women said they don't believe it. They asked Chris. Chris says, I believe it. Why? Because Chris is the one who brought up the NDAs. MARSAU, no. NDAs are stupid for stupid people. Well, maybe you didn't get someone to sign an NDA because that statement you made was stupid. Because smart people get people to sign NDAs. Baby, I watched this movie, and this is my analysis breakdown on MARSAU in this moment. I watched this movie not too long ago with this guy, so handsome, but he was a smart businessman, right? So he would get the women not only to sign an NDA, but have them take the Plan B. You know, he could have had that thing wrapped up like he's supposed to, but he rather for them to take the Plan B on the outside looking in. But here's the thing about nature and biology: if they want, if those things are meant to happen, they're gonna happen. And he was having these women sign NDAs, so them signing NDAs, they couldn't talk about it. But I mean, they could definitely accuse him of impregnating one of them, which he ended up doing. So NDAs are to protect the married man, dummy. Then he gonna have the nerve to call motel hotel stupid. Now, motel hotel is a very stupid man. However, in this case, no. Trish even had to come to Neil's defense and say, well, you know, yeah, you all did make it seem like y'all were, you know, coming at her, Miss Nell, with a lie. So Miss Nell is going through things on the stage. Her leg is semi-broke. She is running with the men who believe that MARSAU and Maurice are having an affair. So these things are definitely gonna come back up in the next season, because the way it shook out, Nell is looking at them like, okay, now I've come into my own. I said what I said. I do believe these things happen in Las Vegas. If nowhere else, they happen in Las Vegas. But hey, my husband has been used as one of your husband's alibis. And you reversed that thing on me, as if my husband was the one who needed an alibi when I was there. Nell, the pail, yellow Nell, baby, you got her. And I was Team Nell and Team Destiny on the stage, going forward with that. So back to the tree, the pole, and the small animal. Bambi, Daisy, Duck, Mickey Mouse, Darkwing Duck, and all the other Disney characters that could have ran out in front of Maurice's car. Maurice continued to drink after their car was hit, but he decided that he wanted to get sympathy on the stage by saying, I was concussed. A man who literally, free my nigga Reese. Y'all remember that? I did a whole video on it. Go back and see it when I saw he got arrested. I did well on that video. Go back and look at that video. And I think I even attached Funky Dineva and the rest of them talking about some free my nigga Reese. Child. Shout out to Color Me Pink. Because, baby, I did not know Maurice had on superstar shoes until she showed me. Baby, those shoes were just plain old UGLY. They didn't have no alibi. They was ugly. Ugly. Woo. Maurice. No, Maurice. So it comes down to Carlos asking him, well, your long Don Silver, what is so special about your peanuts that makes it, that has this distinct feature? Does it have vitiligo? Is it longer than the rest? And Kimmy says, it's perfectly curved to my body. Did you get that from Motel Hotel? Because ain't that what he said? Motel Hotel said he got a hook and a curve. That ain't attractive to me. I don't want nothing hooking up and onto my cervix and can't come out. No, you can keep your hooks and your curves. I like for them to be, normal, if you will. And he's like, is it uncircumcised? And he's like, no, it's just the uncircumcised, circumcised length of penis. Okay, so Motel Hotel, if he was in the room and he was just watching, because apparently Motel Hotel likes to watch, right? Because he watched. That's part of the proof right there that nobody brought up. He watched Letitia and her old boys from college get trains ran on her. So he knows that it's possible that Motel Hotel would watch. So he wouldn't have saw your long schlong silver. And he would, especially if it was rumped up in the hole and then she was sucking MARSAU out. Y'all, this is disgusting. I wonder how many times have Maurice and MARSAU did the double incest thing. You know why I call it double incest? Because them some cute dogs and then they are brothers. Ugh, gross. So, now this is on that. Do I believe Chris that they have women's side NDAs? Yes. Chris probably knows about it too because He probably had some saying something too. Nell thinks that she has gone over the hurdle of infidelity because he came back to her after he was gone for 18 months. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe that he no longer, I think all men cheat. So that's me on that. So we're going to get down to the nitty of the gritty. Old girl being gaslit. Letitia Maurice Scott. 2 degrees. Not 4 degrees, but 2 degrees. I'm going to call you 2 degrees from now on. You over there letting a half a man with thick hips. He don't even look good in his clothes because his hips are so wide. His hips don't lie and it's what? Letitia, you done had your BBLs and your TTLs and your CCBLs and everything else. This man has you stuck in one position. And I know that you believe that that's the position that you're supposed to be in by religion. And you got all these women, including, that's now I'm so disappointed in you. Not with the BDE. Why are you sitting up there telling her to appreciate a man who, 1, has not finished her office, 2, has not finished her home, 3, has not finished very many projects that he started on. So how is he the person who's successful, who's made Scott successful? You know who made Scott successful? By name, if you really want to know the truth about it. Melody and Martell's name were attached to that business prior to them buying them out. And that's what it is. They already had a leg to stand on and a step up. So really they should be showing appreciation to the former host. That's one thing. Then for another thing, this is from what we saw in the show. This is my analysis from the show. And for another thing, he should also be showing her appreciation for getting them out of the red. Everybody knows that black is black because of Tisha. Not because of MARSAU and his missing top teeth. Maurice is in the black in his lawyer business, Creative One. And everybody asks what kind of attorney he is. I've already said on many of my videos, but I don't get that many views like these top content creators don't really tell what kind of attorney he is. I've seen him in many interviews. Y'all seen him in many interviews talk about him climbing on top of Kimmy when she was going through her cancer treatment, but y'all never did hear him say that he is a closing attorney. Closing attorney. The same kind of attorney that you remember that realty show that was so good on that they took off after one season. Yeah, you have to see an attorney when you close on a house. He knows all into that because, they do. Kimmy is a broker. They do realty. So Kimmy probably helps him out. They have at Creative One do that. She probably, once she gets the houses sold, she probably go to him for the closing fees and stuff. So they could work together in that area. It's not that Maurice has put Kimmy into a position where she is unfulfilled as far as her business goes, or as far as her being a career woman. Even she is a career woman, and he's stuck back in the Stone Age. But MARSAU wants a complete stay-at-home wife for a 19-year-old son that's off to college, a child in high school, 16, 17, 15, 16, 17, up in there somewhere. And then that baby girl who all of them can fend for themselves. They not dependent on Tisha like that. Once she zoomed and dropped him out of school, what the hell do he think women do? We can do it all, from the windows to the wall. Sometimes I'm late. I can't deny that. But most often, I pick my youngins up when they miss the bus and take them to school. And still sometimes, I said sometimes, and still sometimes get to work on time at 7:30. I am not my mama. I am not the boomer. I'm a Gen Xer. Okay? So, I do oftentimes get the, I don't know how my mama did it syndrome. But the point is, I can do it. And if ever, because you so financially stable and you got it going on, if ever a time that Letitia needs to stop, she can. So let her get out there at least and get her feet wet. At least fix her office up. Make her feel like she's important. As a matter of fact, don't y'all end up getting losing managers repeatedly at Black? Let her go off up and Black and manage them. Let her feel important if you don't want her to be important, because I don't see what you do either, Mr. Unfinishing Projects. Well, you are financially, Carlos, you are financially stable. Letitia, just, make him feel appreciated. And they all agree. I'm sitting there looking at Destiny. Make him feel appreciated. And Motel Hotel. You got a mistress. Huh? Child, I know you ain't trying to sit up there on that stage to get nobody advice. Then you say you are still crying over your divorce. Maybe if you had appreciated Mel and stopped trying to put her in a female-only role going towards the end, you wouldn't be in the predicament you're in now. Because I didn't know you were a misogynist, much like MARSAU, until she had it all. But deep down in the crevices of your little tiny heart, Mr. Grinch, you were jealous of Melody. The whole time you were married, as that woman was thinking that you were staying at home watching the kids, when she said, you better get yourself a Martell Hope, and all of that, you were plotting on her demise. Well, moving right along. Lance comes out, not much to see here. He talks about how he had the babies, and then they ask him, has he had sex with Destiny? Destiny answered no. He said they done some things. He probably licky, no sticky. Hey, it works for me, girl. Destiny, get it how you live, girl. Do I like Lance? Not anymore. I did. Because he was the only one that I could see that was cool with Lexi. Yeah, I'm going back to the Lexi days. But as far as how he treats women, he's one of those types that knows he's handsome. Yes, he's handsome, y'all. Yeah, we got to give it to him, okay? Just like Motel Hotel. Motel Hotel is a good-looking man, but I heard that Melody had to fix those teeth and make them ears sit up right. Right? Before we could call him handsome, and the hairline was receding, and she the one who told him to grow a beard to compensate for that missing hair on top. Yeah, Motel is a good-looking, bald-headed man. MARSAU, not so much. Marshmallow Cheese Puff, definitely not so much. He looks like not only is he bald, he looks like he has two lumps sat off in his head. He preferably need to wear a wig. But Lance has the baby on her, and Miss Nell talks about how she got irritated because Letitia said she didn't care about the baby. No, I don't think she was saying she didn't care about the baby. I think she was saying she didn't care about that as a discussion in that moment. That wasn't what she wanted to talk about. And then we find out that he had the baby and Nell and them left, and he said he was having feelings for Destiny, but you running up in somebody else's hole and then left the baby in there. Yeah. So, in my opinion, that does not make for somebody that's falling in love with me. And you go on about your damn business. Because I ain't got time for somebody to be running up in somebody else's hole who pretending to care for me. And we going out on dates and shit. And I'm letting you licky with no sticky. But that may, men always have some kind of excuse why they go on and move on to the next one. And because of Lance's good looks, he thinks he can. And now he's on TV. And his little ass, what is he, 5'2", little old half pint ass nigga. Think he can run through as many women as he wants to, and as long as he's on this show, they're gonna let him. And even Motel Hotel, with all of the women he's been through on the show, has slept with every woman around him with the exception of Destiny, allegedly. Because there's still a question mark behind that. Women still want him. Look at Sheree. She paraded them around on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And now all the fuck boys from that show have gotten together with Motel Hotel and figured out how to get custody of children with women with more money than them. Because of his example. Okay? Keep that in mind. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Peanut Head over there. Ralph. All good looking men. But all short. With them Napoleon complex. And want to be in control of women who are already in control before they met them. Bartell knew that Melody was on an upward trajectory when he met her in college. Even though you were just a teacher. Well, you were just a lawn man. But with my business savvy and my know-how, I'm speaking as Melody, I'm the one that moved us up to a family that owned real estate. The woman is an excellent, powerful speaker. She has a personality for it. She has a personality for business. It is what it is. You say what you want to say about Melody, but those things they are born in people. You have to have a certain kind of personality to be where Melody is now. You can't just get out there and sell skincare products, because a lot of people sell skincare products. But what you do have to do is have a mouthpiece to make people want to buy your shit. Okay? And she got that. Agree to disagree on that one. Anybody that wants to disagree with me. So, said all that to say, to wrap things up in a neat little bow, Destiny ain't feeling Lance. We don't know what's going on with Antoine and Kayla and all them. All that should have been in the show. What are you doing, Carlos? You let them slide with little softball questions, especially Destiny, because you knew that Destiny was shining on the show. You let Kimmy get away with murder because Kimmy has been on the show the whole time, but you know it's true. Kimmy is being gaslit to the ends of the earth, and she is not the same woman that was on this show. Nobody wants to see her sitting up on the stage shrinking her shit self for a man that looks like the bottom of her damn foot. That can't compare to her in any way, educationally, emotionally, intellectually. Had it going on before she even met him. And now she's a shell of her former self. To look at her, it is depressing to see her in that way. Trish and Ken, he says he loves Trish, and that's going to be his woman for life. Let's hope they do make it, but I heard that they were not together anymore, so there's that on that. Chris and Nell, I believe they should be there regardless. His license is still suspended, so he better start doing more around the daycare center, because it look like that license ain't gonna get renewed no more, because this has been 3 years now, and he said he had to. So it's a dangerous time for him. Allegedly. Motel, hotel. He is still meddling with Mel. And let's hope everything is resolved with MARSAU and Letitia and him figuring out that she is her own person. We're not in Afghanistan. We're not in Dubai. We're not in a Muslim-run country where women we can't even drive. Sir, Mr. Top Rosso, sir, since you want women to call you sir. Like I said, I'll say this to the end of time. I knew he wasn't shit when he didn't have, and them Scott men wasn't shit when they didn't have those girls on that bank. And like I said, I'll say it to the end of time. Come on in. I'm going to close there. Come on in, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Because sharing is caring. And if I miss something, drop down in the comments and tell me what you think about this episode. And as I do, when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.